Hi everyone, and welcome to the Taurus June 2022 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. And what does that mean? That means that today in this reading, we're going to be taking a look at a challenge that Spirit is asking you to overcome, so that as you are meeting this challenge, you are engaging with your spirit, that unique part of ourselves that rises up when we are asked to meet and overcome a challenge. And this is so we can better understand and unlock our own heroic capabilities and abilities. And we are able to better then understand our purpose, our unique path, and to better connect with those feelings of emotional fulfillment as we do so. So, thank you everyone for your continued support of my channel. For those of you who are returning, I can't tell you how much it means to me. This channel is my wonderful outlet, my creative outlet, in addition to the writing that I do. And I just so appreciate that I have this ability to share something I truly love with others. And for those of you who are new, thank you for watching. I hope you get something very helpful out of this. So, we're starting off with the star, Taurus. This is your energy, the energy that you're bringing into the month of June. Beautiful energy to be holding internally. This is really connecting on that deep spiritual level with a great hope, dream, wish for yourself. It is like connecting with your own internal northern star. Now, for some of us, this can be where we hold a vision, a very, I would say not succinct, but a very detailed vision for ourselves. This is when we get into that place of, I really want to see myself in this role, in this position, in this industry, or I want to see myself in this environment. For others, this can also be where we are just connecting with that emotional feeling of a general idea of what we would like to see and experience for ourselves. So for some of us, this is something very specific. I want to be a well-known photographer, as an example. Or for some of us, this could be something as simple as saying, I want to simply be well-known for doing something. Or my internal guiding star is to be surrounded by family and friends and to have an environment where I can engage with them on a very unique and maybe continual basis. So for each one of us, this is going to be very different. But the fact that you're coming in this month of into June with the connection on an emotional level to your star, whether again it's very specific or whether it is more kind of almost ethereal in the way that you're experiencing it, it's going to allow you to really make use of the energy that's going on in your external environment, which is beautiful. It's the Queen of Wands. This is a fiery, passionate energy, one that is highly supportive of the star, but one that is very, I always like to call it performative, meaning that it's one where we get to enact outwardly our passion that is linked directly to our star, directly to that kind of driving passion that pushes us towards manifesting a great hope or dream for ourselves. And with the Six of Pentacles coming up in basically what we're learning about ourselves, what we're unlocking about ourselves this month. The Six of Pentacles can be one where we are balancing the scales on a kind of lower level, where we are realizing the investment. We are realizing kind of the return on our investment of time or energy, money, something along those lines. Or where we're reevaluating where we are putting our time and energy and resources, and is it actually giving us the return on the investment that we feel it deserves. Now, underneath the Six of Pentacles, we have the Two of Cups, which is a beautiful energy, one of equal partnership and union. And then we have the Knight of Swords. And this is a very fast moving energy. It's one of communication. It's one where we can be actually communicating from a place of personal truth. And it is one where we are going out there to share a message. And so I think for a lot of us, we are really going to be learning about how we can connect on this equal level, coming from a place of emotional health and experience and awareness, and being able to connect that in close partnership with others, to then be able to go out and share our message, communicate the truth, communicate around what we are connecting to internally to our star. And that's going to allow us to really be able, and I'm going to say us, Taurus, because I too am a Taurus. I actually am a Sun Taurus, and I have a Mars placement in Taurus. So I really understand this energy, and I work with it obviously very closely. But there is this feeling of really being able to see again where we need to put our resources and really understanding the value of that, and to be able to weigh up the scales to say perhaps what do I need to let go of to allow for more resources to open up? And again, to really understand, are we holding what we're putting the energy and time into? Are we holding that up to a healthy return? Are we getting back what we are expecting to get back? And with the Queen of Wands out here, this is the reminder in our external environment that as we kind of take this energy and put it out there, that the Queen of Wands is someone who does not hide. She is not someone who is going to be sitting with kind of the magic quality to herself and the understanding of her own abilities. She's not going to just be kind of holding that, under the rug or keeping it to herself. This is where she's going to be very outwardly using her own abilities, outwardly using her passion, outwardly expressing from that place, and being able to almost manifest as if you're coming from that kind of place of the magician. I like to call this energy almost like the energy of the witch, because she understands how to wield her passions to almost to others make it seem like she is manifesting effortlessly. And so there is this element here for you this month, Taurus, that you can actually, I think, make some great strides towards putting in the foundation for working towards a great hope or dream for yourself. But there is going to be a lesson here around equal partnership, around sharing your truth and actually really taking action to do so, and to see what that brings in for you. And it's going to allow you, I think, to really understand where to put your time and energy, where to focus. Because that can be a hard thing, that when we are starting to work with our passion, we're starting to see our star, that other things could get in the way of that and help us lose focus. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the challenge that we're actually going to be facing here. So what is the challenge between us connecting with our star and us being able to go out there and manifest it openly and for all to see? This is really that card of, again, for all to see. We are not just kind of working on the sidelines anymore of, well, I have this side hobby and I kind of, I'm doing this, or I really want to, have that beautiful partnership with someone, but I'm not willing to let others know that, hey, I'm ready to date again. I'm just kind of quietly going on one dating app, and even then I'm not really engaging. This is where we go out there and we say, we're ready for that relationship. We're ready for that promotion. We're ready to start that business, and we're ready to start expressing from that place and connecting from that place. That's really what the Two of Cups coming through. That's that beautiful connection of connecting as you. Again, what you hold in your cup, which is really at the seat of your emotional connection to your whole entire life experience. It's your needs, it's your wants, it's your dreams, it's your desires, and it's you openly understanding the importance of them, not denying them, and going ahead and sharing them vulnerably with others. So let's go ahead here. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles at the heart of your reading, which is wonderful energy to have there, Taurus. Ooh, and then we have the Six of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Okay, well, my goodness, it just keeps getting better. All right, so we have Seven of Pentacles is your main challenge position. The Seven of Pentacles is when we are stopping to take a moment to evaluate the results of what we've been putting time and energy towards. And in this card, it kind of looks like the individual is almost, sitting there disappointed with what he's seeing. And where we can get into a place of where this can become a real block or a challenge is when we are looking at the actual results of what we've been putting time and energy towards, and it's true, they're not reaping the result, or they're not, let's say, growing as fast as we were hoping. And this is where we can get into that place of, well, should I walk away from it? Was this even worth it? Maybe I can just start over again and do something else. Or maybe I can just sit here and hope that by doing the same thing, maybe I'll get a different result. And with the Two of Swords coming up directly after this is a card of indecision. I can't make the choice this way or that way. This truth or that truth. What's more in alignment with me? But yet it's a card of indecision. It's a card where you really have to go within to trust your intuition to be able to understand, is it making that commitment, that decision? Do I stick with what I've been doing because it speaks to my truth? Or do I walk away because what I'm realizing is what I'm actually growing, the results of my actions are not actually in alignment with my truth? And it's interesting because the Two of Swords and the Star kind of these almost mirror each other if you notice. Yet one is where she's actively, I don't know if you can see this, the individual in this is actively pouring from both places, pouring into the pond or the lake that's here and pouring also onto land with the stars above. And this individual is simply sitting here kind of looking at the water, looking at the lake, and is not engaging. There's an energy here with this card that really speaks to a sense of kind of limitlessness, that it's almost like this eternal, again, the water is kind of coming from us, it's pouring into, it's that remembrance that we are always connected to spirit, and that our cup is always full and overfloweth from the love between us and the divine, that we never have an empty cup, and that we can actually pour into source energy, and we can utilize source energy and actually nurture something that is on land or outside of ourselves. So it works both ways. We can nurture ourselves inwardly with spirit, and we can actually utilize that through ourselves to pour what our connection to spirit outward. And that is when we get to actually manifest for ourselves this great dream, hope, or wish or desire. And so I think for some of you, there needs to be kind of this remembrance here of your own connection to spirit, your own connection to what's in your cup, which is also, again, full of unconditional love for yourself and for the divine, and to kind of dive in. There's almost this feeling here that I'm getting intuitively from the Two of Swords, just looking at this image, is that she's almost afraid to go that deep. She's afraid to connect on that level. She's afraid to emotionally connect this part of herself with others and outwardly. And what Spirit's asking you to really embrace is the Ten of Pentacles, which is a wonderful energy. So the Ten of Pentacles is one of being able to manifest truly what you want for your legacy in the physical. This is kind of as good as it gets as far as getting a card here that if you are trying to manifest something physically, this is that card of, here it is. You have the ability to do this for yourself, but you have to be able to emotionally connect to your star, to be able to get past this kind of indecision point and say, you've been putting time and energy towards something. And most likely, by connecting to your star, this is what's going to help you get past this indecision point. Do I commit and push forward, and I'm only 3 pentacles away from the 10 of Pentacles? And what's interesting is that the 3 of Pentacles as a card harnesses the energy of having foresight, of being able to see the bigger picture of what you ultimately want for yourself, which would be directly connected to your star, and being able to get others on board with that vision so that you can build it more quickly and more efficiently, and everybody kind of has their own specialty, but yet everybody has the same vision for what they want. And so there's this kind of feeling here between the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles of, in order for you to kind of get clarity here on, where do I go from this point? Do I continue to invest time and energy into something, or do I pull back and kind of reset a little bit? It's going to be connecting to, is this in alignment with my star? If so, then stick to it. Stick to it and envision, get very clear emotionally what you want this ultimately to be. Because by doing that, that's going to allow you to kind of almost like time jump a little bit. There's this little bit of like feeling of like you can literally go from the Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, but you have to make that emotional investment. And you have to be very clear on what this star is for yourself and connect those two. Because on the other side of this, Taurus, if you can do that, the Six of Wands is here and the Nine of Cups. The Six of Wands is a card of success. It's a card of being recognized by others. And with the Nine of Cups, this is a wish fulfillment. Where the Nine of Cups can then, because this is in your final challenge position, where this can become a challenge is when we are afraid to make that wish, because it does mean that we have to be emotionally invested in it. And this is where we can get scared, especially if we're emotionally investing in something that maybe hurt us in the past or didn't work out in the way that we were hoping. And so we're afraid to make that wish again. We're afraid to kind of throw up our heart into the air and to say, God, divine, universe, however you choose to see it, this is what I want for myself. This is what I'm ready to commit to. This is what is in my cup. This is what fills me. This is what connects me to my entire life experience. And it's getting to that place of bravery to be able to do that, to say, I want that relationship and I'm willing to try again. I want that business and I'm willing to try again. I want to level up in my career path and to be known for what I do, and I'm ready to make that wish and I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to move out of this place of indecision and a lack of clarity, and I'm ready to get very clear on what this Ten of Pentacles is for myself. And if you can do that, there's going to be a lot of forward movement and a lot of almost like what I'm feeling intuitively is like magical circumstances. With the Queen of Wands out here, this is, again, kind of tapping into the magic of when we work with our passion openly, we really can see how quickly we can manifest something for ourselves when we don't hold ourselves back. When we come from this place of kind of very focused, dedicated energy and that confidence in self, confidence in the vision, confidence in what our heart truly desires, and then allowing ourselves to go for it. You know, in a way, this is exactly what this Knight of Swords is. And I think for some of you, what's interesting is with the Two of Cups coming up here, I think there's going to be a little bit of this communication with those that you are committed to working with, whether this is a business partnership, a coworker, or a romantic partnership, that there's going to be this level of, I think, a realization of communicating finally what you want for yourself in a clear way, putting yourself out there and allowing something in your life that perhaps is not balanced to become balanced. This might be where you do literally sit down with your maybe business partner or manager or somebody where you work and you say, I want to get here. This is ultimately what I want. And I've been putting in the time and the energy and the work. And I really want to be able to see a return on my investment at this point. I really want to see if I can become that project manager, or what is the track I need to do. You know, I'm here in my career path. I want to be here. I'm ready to dedicate the time and the energy and the resources I have to it, but I need to understand how this is going to come back to me. How long am I going to, if I have to, is it a year? where I have to do X, Y, and Z to get ultimately to my 10 of Pentacles. Or if this is a romantic partnership, this is where we sit down and you sit down with your significant other and you say, this is the vision I see for myself. This is the vision. This is what I really ultimately, my heart of hearts want. And I'm ready to put the time and the energy there. But how can we balance out in our current shared experience the time and the energy for me to be able to do this, but for you also to be able to meet your own needs? And this is a lesson I really feel in equal partnership for you this month, and to understand actually the power that you have to not only manifest for yourself, but be able to do so in a way that, again, is harnessing your own unique superpowers as a Taurus, which is methodical, dedicated energy towards achieving a goal. And as long as you're on the same page with somebody else, you're going to realize how, by working with others, by opening up to others, by sharing this big hope, wish, dream for yourself, that you're actually going to be able to, I feel, get a more quick and possibly a more authentic return on your investment, which is interesting that that's coming through. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. Oops, sorry guys. I'm going to pull 3 cards now to get additional information from Spirit, a little additional advice here. So let's go ahead and see. So we're going to pull a card first here for curiosity, and this is where Spirit would like you to stay open and curious to this energy. So we're really tapping into the spiritual side to our experience, where we begin to understand that we don't know everything. That curiosity is where we get to be surprised in our life and where we get to open the door for miracles to enter. So let's see, what does Taurus need to know about where they need to stay curious and open to? Ooh, does something come out there? I thought I saw a card flip over. Guess not. We'll keep going until something comes out. All right, what does Taurus need to know about where they need to stay open and curious? Ooh, the World. Okay. Well, this is a very fitting energy to have here. So it's the World. It's number 29, which breaks down to master number 11, which is basically being able to see through the portal of Spirit between what is currently and what can be when we decide to actually walk forward and co-create with Spirit. And this is a beautiful energy of also this card in this deck specifically speaks to having a broader vision. It speaks to, instead of sitting there and saying, I just want to be promoted to make more money. This would be to take a look and kind of pan out and see the broader potential for the why behind why you want to make more money, why you want to be promoted in your work. Is it so that you can be of greater service in what you do and reach more people in doing it? Is it that in making more money and being at that higher level, you have the ability to then directly tie that into your star? Maybe you want to level up and have a larger house that you can, again, entertain family in. And that's really the driving why behind what you're doing, what you want to take action towards. Or is it that with maybe your small business, maybe what is the ultimate potential for that? Is it just that you want to have a small YouTube channel and do what I'm doing because it allows you to have a creative outlet? Or is it something that maybe down the line you are thinking about, how can I reach more people? What can I do ultimately with this talent? Can I write a book? Can I bring this into kind of a mainstream? It's obviously going to be very individualized for each one of us, but you're being asked to see the bigger picture. You're being asked to almost see beyond what doesn't seem to be quite working out the way that you want, to be able to see past this so you don't get distracted by it. So you don't sit there and kind of get lost in this disappointment of, but it hasn't happened yet, or I wanted it to manifest like this. This is getting to that point of see the bigger picture for yourself to understand where you need to commit. And where you need to commit kind of in a way, mind, body, and soul. You know, there are cups, there are pentacles, and there are swords. There's everything here, wands on this. So this is engaging with all aspects of your experience this month. Engage with the physical, engage with, you know, what you want mentally and be ready to share that. Engage your heart with what is that deep wish for yourself, and engage your passions to really be able to again, bring this all forward into reality. I love that. So stay curious. Stay curious about where perhaps you're limiting yourself on the vision for what you ultimately want to achieve. Okay. And for some of you, you may get, as you stay open to that, something might come in this month that clarifies that for you. Whereas all of a sudden you're like, wow, I never thought about it like that. But yeah, actually, that is what I couldn't quite put into words, but that is what I want. So really stay open to that. Okay. And then for your point of courage, where Spirit would like you to be courageous in taking action, we have surrendered to the beauty of the natural world. It says, take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And Taurus, this definitely is within your wheelhouse. You are a sign ruled by Venus, and it is a sign that is also deeply connected. So, you know, it's the fixed earth sign. So for you, getting out in nature is a very grounding experience. It's actually a very empowering experience, and it really helps, I think, transmute some of this kind of mental indecision into grounding that into yourself, into the bigger picture, the bigger vision. And because you are a sign ruled by Venus, you have this direct connection to beauty, direct connection to what beauty can inspire in you. And often that is where Spirit has that kind of channel to sneak in and be able to give us those aha moments, that clarity, that peace that can come in when we connect to Spirit and what is beyond ourselves. So this month, as you're having the courage to take the actions here to really, again, speak from your place of truth, connect authentically, to connect to the higher vision you want for yourself, and to get yourself ready to make that wish to really achieve the success that you want, spend some time outdoors, or spend some time in places that make you feel and experience the beauty of life. If you can't get out into the actual natural world, maybe this is simply where you do something that is almost kind of meditative, but brings you into a place of beauty, whether this is engaging with an artistic endeavor, whether this is going, let's say, just going shopping for yourself and you're wanting to update your wardrobe, and it's just almost kind of like a meditative experience of looking at new prints on materials and seeing what new styles are out there. And, you know, something like that, where it's something that gets you kind of out of your head and just almost in that higher state of consciousness. And again, something that is connected to beauty, to allow you again to really get into this place of harnessing your own superpowers, what you're, you know, naturally connected to allow yourself to really get to this place of trusting in your own ability to manifest for yourself. Okay. And now I'm going to pull a final card here for contemplation. And this is where Spirit would like you to stay reflective, to kind of hold this energy, this message of this card, kind of in your mental state, to allow you to keep a clear mind as you move through the month, and to really kind of underscore this whole message here. What does Taurus need to know about what they need to keep in mind for this month? We have, I love it. We have yes. It says just say yes, and Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher, which I think is lovely. So this is really with the yes. I think for a lot of you, there needs to be this kind of feeling of, it's a month of committing to yourself. It's a month of, if that opportunity comes up, if your partner says, yeah, let's get on board with this, then it's time to just say yes to what you see for yourself. Yes to what your heart is wishing and hoping for. Yes to that deep dream you want to be recognized for. And make that wish. What do you want to be recognized for, known for? What do you want to experience in the physical? You have the ability to do it, but you have to commit emotionally to it. And with Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher, this is connecting to your superpower, Taurus, which is connecting to that essence of beauty. And through beauty is how you can then connect outwardly, bring that magic, bring this magic outward. So expressing from that place of beauty, tapping into what is beautiful for you. And then really tapping also into that kind of mystic side to ourselves. You know, Taurus, in the tarot, the Hierophant, which is the high priest, is one of the major arcana cards that harnesses the energy of Taurus. And so there is this really kind of understanding of, we have that ability to have that kind of far-reaching vision of the high priest. And we have that ability to kind of be seen as the mystic, the priestess, the teacher as well, and to be able to kind of lead the charge in those areas. So when you're looking to staying curious and open as to how far-reaching can this dream for yourself go, kind of what you're putting energy into, really step up into that. Step up into the leadership part of what as a Taurus we are here to do, which is to lead by example in kind of the world of spirit, and with an eye to what maybe needs to change, but to do so again in a slow, steady, and methodical way. You know, I've heard a lot of readers that I like to watch say recently that they feel when the fixed signs, which are Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and who am I missing here? Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus. What is the what sign am I missing? I think I'm missing the fire signs. What have we got going on there? We have Aries. There we go. I'm sorry, not Aries. What? My goodness, I'm not going to waste your time anymore. I don't know why all of a sudden my mind is going blank. Fixed fire. What is fixed fire? We have Leo. There we go. My goodness, how could I forget Leo? But when fixed signs decide to start moving, decide to start investing in something that can have a much farther reaching change, that, or just a farther reaching reach, that's when the world kind of turns over. Our energy can actually pull the world over into something new. And because we are slow and methodical, and that we don't just kind of willy-nilly make changes for ourselves on a large level, that when we decide to do so, these are lasting changes that affect not just one generation, not just our experience, but affect many to come. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about and staying open to, you know, what can be the further kind of ripples of what you're doing now. And can you really say yes in the present, knowing that what you're doing might have far greater effect and reach than maybe you will even know in this lifetime, but to have faith that you can still achieve for yourself what you want, and that by understanding the farther reach, that it'll give you the courage to really keep going in the present moment. All right, Taurus. Now there is an extended to this reading, so if you'd like to watch that, I will go in and pull cards for almost every single card on the table here. I will also pull additional cards for the theme of romantic love, so we'll take a look at what you can expect there. And then I'll pull a final card to really dive into the overarching spiritual lesson you're learning this month. If you're curious about that, if you're curious to know about this wish fulfillment and where to say yes, you can click on the Vimeo link in the description box below to view that. Otherwise, if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. I do have a new service listed there as well, a one-time $25 Ask a Question reading for any of you who are interested in getting more clarity around a question that you are seeking an answer to. Otherwise, I will see you all in July for July's Illumination reading. And I wish every one of you a wonderful end to the Gemini season, because that's really what we're doing here in June. And I hope all of you have a really beautiful and focused and confident month of June ahead. Bye, Taurus.